All right, congratulations on making it to this point. You've come along with the ride. I'm Roger from rcbryan.com, founder of results.io. And in this video, we're going to talk about reaching that goal. The goal that we set out at the beginning of this training series was to build a seven-figure business. Now, when I talk to people about building a seven-figure business, most of them really do it from the perspective, I want to make $100,000 a month. But seven figures is technically $83,333.34, whatever. How do we get there? Well, we have set the foundation. We have gone all the way from the beginning of picking a niche, defining why we're doing this, defining who we are, and how that relates to what we wanted to do. We've set the technology in place. We've set the systems and procedures in place. We've gone out, we made our first sale. We've made our fifth sale. We're starting to put team members in place. So what does it take to get to seven figures? The truth is, it's hustle. It's day-to-day, pour your heart and soul into this. If you don't wake up every morning on fire, ready to build your business, you're probably in the wrong line of work. Now, I hate to do this to you in one of the last videos and tell you that you might be in the wrong line of work, but the reality is that a lot of this stuff is a lot of fun until it isn't. And then what we do is we stop doing the things that aren't fun, and that's when our business falls apart. A big part of a seven-figure business is discipline. I'm not saying that you need to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and work till midnight every night. In fact, some people actually work better overnight than they do during the day. But it's really going to come down to the discipline, how you stay dedicated to everything that needs to be done. You've got to be marketing your own stuff. You've got to be driving traffic. You've got to be getting leads. You've got to be following up with them. You've got to be setting appointments, doing sales calls, doing meetings, going to Chamber of Commerce meetings, masterminds, events. If you stop doing any of that because you get comfortable at $400,000 or $500,000 a month, you're never going to get to that $1 million a year. And I will tell you from personal experience that your life does change at $1 million a year. It was April 10th, 2008, when I sat down at the bar with my buddy Danny, and we went in. It was RFDs in Washington, D.C., which is still there. And it was for the first time that I saw that I had made $1 million. I could look at a 12-month P&L, and it was $1 million year. It had taken me, it's 2008, I started in 2005, so it was a slow roll up to that point. But I remember walking in there, and we want the most expensive beer that you have. And it was $28 a bottle, and it was fucking disgusting. Took one sip, passed it back, and then I ordered a Duval, which was my favorite beer at the time. But it really became a mindset shift. When you start to get to that $1 million a year, you start to realize that anything's possible, that going from $1 million to $2 million will happen faster than from $1 to $1 million. That going from 2 to 5 will happen even faster than that. Everything is possible if you believe it, but you have to stay disciplined. So let's take a step back and let's talk about how you're going to actually get there. So let's say at this point you're running a business that does $2,500 a month in retainers, or your retainer is $2,500 a month. So we need $83,000 a month. So that's roughly 35 clients. Now, if you really sit and think about that, that's a lot of work. And there's a lot of people that do it. So let's talk about how you can get to that $83,000 a month without having 35 to 50 clients. What's going to happen is the more that you do this, the clients that you brought on at $1,000 a month are going to move up to $2,500. Now you need to move them up to $5,000 a month. What happens when you get to $5,000 a month? Now you need 17 clients and not 35. It seems simple, charge more, but it's going to actually naturally happen. The better you position yourself and the harder that you work to give the success to your clients, the easier it's going to be to charge more money and to work with bigger organizations. You're going to be building out your brand. You're going to be building out the market's awareness that you exist, and that's going to attract larger clients, and it's going to help you close larger clients. In our service side business, our average client pays us over $10,000 a month, and some of them pay us as high as $20,000 a month. Now, it took a long time to get there, but we're there. The other side of this is that if you really become this good at driving traffic and conversion for clients, you can start to consult for larger companies. There's no reason you can't get paid $5,000 or $10,000 for a single day or 2 days of your time going into an organization and helping them build that out inside of their business. Now, I'm not saying that you become a full-blown coach. I think that's a totally different line of work. I have no interest in it. I wasn't actually very good at it. But as a consultant where I can come in and lay strategic vision with a team, I really don't know who else is better in the local marketing SMB space. So think about that. Think about how you're going to structure that $83,000 a month. You don't really want to get into the volume game because the volume game is where you lose on margin. We're going to talk about margin here to close out this video in just a second. I would love to see that you've got a $10,000 a month client. You've maybe got $4,000 or $5,000 a month clients. You've got a bunch of $2,500 to $1,500 a month clients. Those $1,500 a month clients are from the very beginning that have carried over with you. But you're also starting to look for consulting or speaking gigs that can fill in the difference. Once you get the momentum behind your business, it actually becomes a lot easier than you think to do those types of things. I'm not really an information marketer, but I can say that a lot of people then productize their business and sell that. I've never really been good at that. I've only tried a couple times, but it's not really necessarily my bread and butter. What I want to close out with on a $100,000 a month is margin. I saved this for the very end because I have seen this numerous times where an entrepreneur spends a year building $1 million business, and at the end of the year, they're $200,000 in debt and they're losing money every month, and they don't know what the fuck happened. You want to pay attention to your margin throughout, but it's really going to be important when you start adding your team. There's a point where you're making $25,000 a month and you have like $2,500 in costs. So you're making $22,000 net in your pocket a month, and life is beautiful, and then you start adding a team. It's very likely that you could make less money net at $1 million a year than you were making at, I don't know, $250,000 a year. It's probably going to happen, and it kind of sucks. But the reason you do that is that you don't stop at $1 million. You want to go to 5. And when you do that with the right foundation, your margins start to increase again, or at the very least, as your gross increases, even if your margin stays at 20-25%, which is really low for a service business, that overall that's going to grow until you can put $1 million a year in your pocket. I want to bring this all together in that this isn't hard. I talked previously about discipline, systems, procedures, technology, team, tactic, training. You just have to choose whether or not you want to do it. So as we close out this video training series, I really want to leave you with one thought, that if you think that you can do this, you can. But if there's any part of you right now that's scared, scared's not bad. But if you really don't believe that you can do it, like you're starting to put bullshit excuses out into the world or into your brain, just don't try. There's a lot of digital marketing companies out there with owners who have the vision, who have the confidence, that are happy to hire you as an hourly employee and watch you waste the rest of your life. Hopefully you could see that I was kind of hinting to what you really need to do. Basically just grow a pair and go fucking do it. This is Roger from rcbryan.com, founder of results.io. If you need anything when it comes to growing your agency, feel free to reach out to us, leave a comment below this video, or call the number on this screen. Thank you.